Hello crafters, I'm Penelope with Scissors to Paper Crafting, where we give you tips, tricks, and strategies that make paper crafting fun, simple, and easy to follow. Tonight I'm going to show you how to make a 3D floating ornament using Cricut Design Space. It's simple to make, but it looks intricate and stunning. So get your coffee and let's get to it. Okay guys, so I'm in Cricut Design Space. I had to pause because Carrie walked in and I'm here after hours.
At least now you have somebody to run audio and video and you can just concentrate on them.
Yes, we're going to go over here to shapes and we're going to create our base because it's not in the program. I had to create this to do our recovery ornaments because, as some of you may know, I'm in recovery 4 years on August 30th in Design Space. So we got our circle. We're going to go up to where it says size. We're going to make sure it's locked, which is up here on the lock, and we're going to go into our width and we're going to change it to 2.95. Enter. And we're going to click out of our shape so we don't accidentally change the size. We're going to go back into shapes and we're going to get a square. And again, we're going to go back up here. We're going to make sure it's locked. And we're going to change the size to 0.5. Enter. And we are going to change the color of these because we're going to put the square into the circle to make the next step. So we're going to change the color of the circle so you can click on it. Go up here to the color section and we're going to change it to red. And we're going to click out of that. We're going to click on the square. We're going to change the square to yellow. Then we're going to use Shift. Go over to the layers panel, click on each one and highlight them. Go over here to align, center, and it's going to put our square into our circle. Then you're going to shift and highlight square, and you're going to use your keyboard and the up arrow, and you're going to put the square up to the top of the circle, just to where the white square down here is at the top of the circle. Doesn't have to be exactly at the top, but pretty close to it. So now we have that at the top. So our next step is you're going to use shift again, highlight the square and the circle. Now that you have them both highlighted, you're going to click combine and unite.
Oh,
They're one solid piece.
they got married.
Base now, that's going to go inside our ornament, and that's what our vinyl is going to go on. So now that we have that, go back in here and highlight this blue so you'll be able to see what it looks like. So I'm going to show you the image I picked now. So we're going to go into images, and in the search area, we're going to put deer.
Santa. Oh, no.
Know what I'm saying? Deer in the forest scene. So we have our deer in the forest scene. It's a mountain scene with 2 deer and a lake. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to add to canvas. We're going to pull that into a bigger work area. Again, we're going to resize it. So we're going to make sure it's locked. We're going to highlight it. And this one's going to be 2.85. Enter. And we're going to put it over top of our base so we can see what it's going to look like. So this is what our final ornament's going to look like.
We amazed so many people with these ornaments. It was just, it makes you feel good. Whenever you make something for someone and you give it to them and it puts a smile on their face or it makes their day, especially a recovery ornament.
We heard about a gentleman who had, it was a very humbling experience for me because I didn't think anyone cared. I didn't think anyone supported people like me. I was new in recovery. Last year I only had 3 years. And it took me that long to have any self-esteem left. And it was just starting to build self-esteem for me. And to see that other people did care, and to see that people like me did matter to other people made such a difference to me. It was very humbling. It was very touching. It made me realize I did have value, that I did matter to somebody, that I wasn't alone. It was an amazing experience for me.
The whole ride has been. And crafting and sewing and stuff has been a big part of that for you. That's how you started talking.
When I first got into recovery, just over 4 years ago, when I met Carrie, I knew she was a recovery coach, and I avoided her because all of my friends at the time were all using. That's the only kind of people I spent time with. And they all said, avoid her because you're going to catch sobriety.
She drives around in this blue Jeep and like gives food and coats and stuff like that to people and Narcan kits. Stay away from her.
You're going to catch sobriety.
When you told me that, I mean, I laugh now because it's cute, but it's not cute because it's true. People are so afraid of 12-step, of church groups like Calvary Chapel of Cape May. They have a study on Monday nights, and people are afraid. You know, people that I don't know if they think that they can't be helped, or they, like you said, or they think that they're just not worth helping. They're afraid, and you were very afraid. I mean, I'm friends with your mother, and you would just run and hide whenever you heard I was there or you saw my Jeep outside. And trust me, my Jeep is very hard to miss. You wouldn't come in. I remember one night I had picked your mom up from work when her truck was broke down, and or in the shop or something. And we pulled up and you were in the car with someone.
Got out of the car and I could not walk straight. I could not have a conversation. And I denied every second of it.
Oh my gosh, you stumbled right past both of us.
I had just come back from a 7-week binge and I didn't want to go away again. I was, afraid of leaving my children again. I was afraid of being put away. I was afraid of losing what little bit I had left. So I didn't want to go away.
Oh, I remember.
I didn't think I was worth saving. A lot of us that either are still using, that, unfortunately are still stuck in addiction, or that are in recovery, believe that our lives aren't worth saving. And as I get more time in recovery, I start to see that there are people that see value in my life, that see I am worth saving.
Absolutely.
And that I can make a difference in somebody's life.
Even with your eyebrow piercing and your tattoos and today your hair's not pink or purple or blue. It's actually semi-normal color.
Semi-normal, yeah. I haven't gotten around to coloring. I'm deciding on which color I am.
Are you ready to get this show on the road here? Sure. All right, I'm going to take it down to your desk so you can show them how to load the Cricut and everything up. All right? Okay. And there you go.
Okay, so I have my transparency film on my Cricut Joy standard grip mat. So I'm going to go ahead and load it into my machine, and I'm going to go up here to make it, and it's going to put it on 2 different mats on my screen. Click continue, and it's going to tell me to load my mat in a second. When I choose my foil acetate, I'm going to press go, and it's going to cut it out for us. This is going to be our base.
Like whether it's cutting, I know, or writing. Like I love to watch it write with a pen. Yeah. I do a lot of sentiments with it.
Unload. It actually does it really fast, which amazes me. So when I go to unload it, when I take it off the bat, I'm going to put it upside down. There we go. So I'm going to put it upside down so that it doesn't crinkle my material. There we go. I'm going to get my spatula. There we go. I'm going to peel it off. There we are. So I'm going to put on my vinyl. Use my roller, make sure it's down there as flat as possible. There we are, and I'm going to put my Cricut Joy in front of me. Now I'm going to choose premium vinyl. It's going to tell me to load my materials. There we are. It's quick, it's easy, it doesn't take up a whole lot of room because on our desk, because we work on so many different projects, we're limited on space because we have our recording materials, we have our microphones, we have our, our computer screens, and we have all these different projects that we work on at the same time. So we're limited on space. I'm sure as crafters, you guys have the same problem where you have all these materials and you just kind of spread out. As you're working on materials, you just spread out. I don't think we're the only ones.
No, I highly doubt it.
It's all done, so we unload it. Move my Cricut Joy again.
Yeah, you can.
Put it over. I'm going to peel it off so it doesn't crinkle everything. I get my stuff out of the way here. Cover my mat so it's not all dirty. And now we're going to do my absolute favorite part. Cut off the excess material so I'm not wasting it.
This design that she's using is free for Cricut Access subscribers, but it's 99 cents for someone who does not have Cricut Access. Good news is once you purchase it, you can make as many as you want.
All right, so I've got my...
Penny's very talented.
Hey, I'd try it. So I'm going to pull the excess material away from the outside edge. And with this design, it actually takes most of the other material with it. There is 2 little tiny spaces here where you're going to take out the material between the deer's legs. So there we are. We have that extra material gone. Now we're going to take out the lake. There we are. So we've got all the weeding done. My favorite part. It's very relaxing for me. So I'm going to take my transfer tape. I'm going to place it over top of the design. I'm going to use my scraper and get it down as well as I can. There we go. That part's not too bad. It's when I take it off and try and put it onto the base, different story.
Oh, look at that.
There we go. That part's easy. So I'm going to get my base. I'm going to put it on here. Make sure it's even.
Mostly you will see Penelope, myself, and Colleen. Colleen makes some beautiful cards. So hit that notification bell, give us a like, and please share this channel with those that need to meet someone like Penelope who can, teach them some different things that they can do to occupy their mind so that it's not racing in the middle of the night and they don't have to call their recovery coach at 2 a.m. because they can't sleep. Instead, she just comes to the studio and makes something.
Exactly.
I come into all kinds of crafts. What is this? Oh, it didn't work out. Oh, you have a few of those. You got a box of them over there somewhere.
Do. I have a whole box.
We were always trying to do these humongous, intricate things I wouldn't even consider trying.
It keeps me busy. I don't like to be bored. I don't like to have my mind wandering.
Right.
So I'm trying to do things to keep my hands busy because if my hands are busy, I can talk.
It's easier to open up when you find a common denominator with someone like crafting. But crafting is fun.
There we go. We've got that on there. We're going to go ahead and put that inside of our ornament. I'm going to roll this up.
Just don't let the top of the cellophane, yeah, acetate or your transparency tape fall into the ornament. Don't push it down that far. They're very, very difficult to get out.
There we go. So we've got it inside. Now we're going to grab our snow. I'm not going to use this funnel. I'm going to grab my glue gun.
Her handy dandy glue gun. I do like that Sizzix glue gun. It's like the perfect size for stuff like this.
Put this inside. Go, we've got that on. Glue the top, which is what we had our problem with before.
The little hole, the escape hatch.
Grab our ribbons. Put a bead of glue around the top of this. Grab our longest ribbon. Put it around here. Another drop in the front to cover it. Grab one of these pretty little red bows, the little white pearl on the front. Put a drop of glue there. A little red bow. Take our ribbon, put it through the top. Our ribbon here tends to fray, so I want to make sure that I am able to trim it so that it doesn't fray.
That's beautiful, Penelope.
We're all finished. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you give it a try and enjoy it. I have a Facebook group called Penny in Recovery, and it's about recovery, and I will have my story on there. I have absolutely the greatest faith. I went from having no faith at all in God to having the most amazing faith. I'd have nothing if it wasn't for my faith in God.
Well, guys, enjoy sobriety and happy crafting.